Thank you for coming back to check out the lawsuit between uh, DJ Envy and Tony the Closer. This is video 3. I'm breaking this up so you can follow along. In this video, we are actually going to be talking about the illegal wiretap, And this sort of comes down to, what state are you in? People don't always realize this, but where you are determines whether both parties have to give consent if you're recording something or whether only one party has to give consent. And I'm just giving you the general sort of rules there. I am in a one party state. So that means that if I'm having a conversation with somebody else and another party records it without one of us consenting to it, then that person would probably be committing illegal wiretapping because they are recording two other people and neither one of those people have knowledge. Now, if it was me and this other person and I recorded, I'm one of the parties to the conversation, I could get away with that because I'm in a one party state. But there are some states you have to have permission, consent from both parties, from all the parties. And let's talk about what happened here and why DJ Envy is alleging illegal against the law, didn't follow the rules, why he's alleging this illegally obtained wiretap. Oh, but before we do that, we've been talking about the Penas, and I'm going to do this in a separate video, but I want to just go over to their page for a second because Caesar Caesar and Jennifer Pena are part of this too, because DJ Envy is saying, hey, Tony's trying to tie me in with them and say that I was their promoter, I was their partner. And so I want to take a moment to just go to CaesarPena.com and check out his page to see what he actually has up here about this. So this is the about page here, and I should go back, but we're just going to start here with the about page because I want to show you this part he has. He has some information up here. It says Cesar Pena started his real estate journey in early 2006 and has since made a name for himself, giving inspiration and motivation to others who want to invest their money. He partnered with DJ Envy in 2018 and started touring, creating seminars for people who want to learn the real estate business. Now, notice that's how he framed this. He said he partnered with DJ Envy. It says their seminars took place across the tri-state area. Caesar has been featured on The Breakfast Club, Good Morning America, and Billboard magazine. And we're not going to watch all that. But then again, he's got this down here again. It says Caesar Pena partnered with DJ Envy, that second piece there. And then he's got business partners listed here. It says consulting. Caesar's a definition of self-made. And then he's got a list of his clients. And then under clients, he's got a picture of DJ Envy. So it's like, wait a second. Is he your partner or is he your client? I don't really understand. So you can see why there's a lot of just stuff going on with this where it's not clear. And as an attorney, I have really gotten so that I advise people about making sure that you're vetting people that you are going to do work with. I myself have run into issues where, I was doing contract work under another party. And I'm going to tell you, it just did not work out well. Let's go back to this lawsuit. We're, I think, on video 3 here now. And let's break down this piece about this wiretap. I don't think this particular video is going to be that long either, but let's talk about this wiretap. Upon information and belief, let's just make sure we got everything covered here. On information and belief, defendant then played a recording of a telephone call between himself and Mr. Casey. And this is, let me backtrack for just a second. This goes back to May 25th, 2023, where they're having this call. And yeah, the parties are talking about this whole investment piece. So you guys make sure you watch the other videos before you get to this one so that you can follow along where we're going with this. but there was this call. It says upon information and belief, defendant then played a recording of a telephone call between himself and Mr. Casey. So that would be between Tony the closer and Mr. Casey, placed from Florida without Mr. Casey's knowledge or consent to try to prove that Mr. Casey was somehow aware of the fraud allegedly conducted by the Penas. Remember what I just said. Some states are one-party states and some states are two-party states. Paragraph 46 says, upon information and belief, this illegal recording was obtained in violation of Florida statutes, chapter 934.03, because Florida is a two-party consent state. And Mr. Casey did not consent to his private telephone call being recorded in Florida or subsequently played on defendant's Instagram live post in Florida or New Jersey. So a lot of times I think people are so used to just recording things and then sharing it that they don't realize that there are laws in place that govern some of that. It's different for video than it is for audio. And so different states have different requirements. Florida is a two-party consent state. And so DJ Envy is saying he didn't have my consent. So therefore, that was illegal wiretapping. All right, so then they go on to tell us that violation of this is a third-degree felony under Florida law. I need to pull up how much time you can get for that. The illegal recording played by defendant simply reveals that Mr. Casey privately stated exactly the same thing that he publicly stated, that he had no involvement with any of the Pena's real estate investments, which had allegedly defrauded investors, that he never accepted any other individual's money to invest in a single real estate investment, that he was worried that his own investment with Mr. Pena in a separate project, a conversion of a school into an apartment building, was in jeopardy if these allegations were true, and that if the allegations against the Penas turn out to be true, he would be furious and would be the first to call them out on his syndicated radio show. Now, so let's go back to the website that I just showed you, where he said, and let me open this back up and scroll back down here, where he says DJ Envy is a partner. Remember, he says Cesar Pena partnered with DJ Envy. That's what he has there. But then further down, he has him listed as a client of his. So you could see how DJ Envy could use that to support his case. But there are both things going on that website. He's saying he's both a partner and he's a client. And it could be, in fact, that DJ Envy is holding both of those roles. He could be in both of those positions, which of course would lead him to say, yes, I would be upset if I lost my money in this. All right. Let's go down to 49. Mr. Casey also opined on the call that if Mr. Pena had begun defrauding investors, it might be because he had a gambling addiction. The same problem defendant has admitted led to his own imprisonment and a foreclosure of his house. You know, I'm not sure I even want to touch that one. And then the last paragraph states, Mr. Casey also stated that he had spoken with Mr. Pena that day about the single investment made by Mr. Casey with Mr. Pena, the renovation of a vacant school located at, there you go, to convert it into apartments, and that he feared that Mr. Pena may have also defrauded him because that property was now facing a foreclosure action. So what you have here now is Mr. Casey, DJ Envy, laying out his own concerns about his participation in becoming a client or a partner. I'm not sure what the relationship is there. It sounds more like he was an investor and that Mr. Pena is the one who had all of the control over what was going on, because he then he then lists a possible claim about what might be going on behind the scenes, which personally, I don't think he should have even mentioned that at all. I haven't seen the call. I don't know how he says it, but the fact that he even included it in the lawsuit, I'm really surprised. I'm surprised that the attorney actually included this piece in the lawsuit. I don't think I would have included that in there unless there was some sort of justification or basis for him even saying that. I totally would have left that out. Okay, so now you see what they're saying though. Florida is a two-party state. He did not have two-party consent, and therefore he is claiming that the whole wiretapping and recording was illegal. Illegal. He should not have done it. And this is actually, I think what he said is a third-degree felony if that is the case. So hopefully that brings you up to speed on this. I think this is the third video in this series. Go ahead and share, like, comment. Let me know if you've been following along. Let me know if you think the attorney should have included that statement in the lawsuit, the whole statement about what DJ Envy thought might have been going on with Cesar Pena.